Fall 2015 Couture collection, and this was actually my introduction to Elie Saab when I was a freshman studying fashion merchandising at Drexel. It kind of was love at first sight, to be completely cheesy. I couldn't find too much information about this collection besides the fact that it had sort of a fairy tale theme. When I think of Elie Saab, of course I think about this collection because it was my first impression. However, what a first impression that it was. First off, one of my favorites is look number 2. What I love about this is the beautiful empire waistline, so that's right up under the breasts. And then you've got these little poofy puff sleeves. And those are completely beautiful. They're entirely encrusted in these crystals, and it kind of drips down the front paneling of the fabric in this beautiful nude and meshy fabric. Down at the bottom you see that again where it kind of swoops, looks like beautiful butterfly wings. I just love how Elie Saab uses traditional Middle Eastern textiles and fuses them with the Western silhouettes. Especially on top, a motif that you will see for this collection is sort of these laurel beautiful twig crowns. That doesn't sound very cute. However, they are these beautiful gilded leaves and twigs that are a headband for the top, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It gives it sort of a goddess, fairy, nymph,
woods, fairy tale vibe.
It's absolutely stunning. And actually what I loved about this silhouette is that you do see it in an earlier Elie Saab collection back in 2006 fall winter, I believe. So it's really great to see that he's working with the same silhouettes and updating them even more than well, about 10 years later, if it's 2006 to 2015. The second look is my absolute favorite. I believe that the model Lauren de Graaf absolutely eats this look up. She looks gorgeous on the runway. She looks gorgeous in the stills. And what's nice about this is it does have really nice balance for the collection. It's not an entirely crystallized beaded look. You only get that on the torso. So you've got these beautiful leaves and kind of flower petal designs along the bodice. You've got some nice negative space in the middle as well, so it's not too overbearing. On the top, the crown kind of just encases her entire head, so it's a little bit larger. Blush pink diaphanous fabric at the bottom. It really flows so beautiful. You've got these light pleats as well. Absolutely gorgeous ethereal look. The first time I saw it, I swear my jaw was on the ground. Next is look 5, which is another puff sleeve look. On the top, the headband this time is a little bit of a lattice, so it's a little bit almost medieval sort of looking, which is the vibe. I could be wrong. And then on the bodice as well, you've got, looks to be bound a little bit, so there's a little bit of soft ruching there as well. If we take a closer look here at the textile, it's absolutely just like woodland fantasy, beautiful. You've got kind of a crescent moon on it, as well as a bunch of other abstract kind of shapes. They kind of look like animals, forest scenes. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's kind of a square neckline as well, so it kind of plays off it in a different way. The next look is the introduction of the little fur shawls. They're kind of fur sleeves. They're armless coats almost. So that's what I imagine to be is probably fox fur, real or not real, I'm not entirely sure. Knowing that Elie Saab uses extremely expensive textiles, it probably is real fur. So that's dyed this beautiful pastel blue, and they have a little matching clutch as well that goes with it, which is on a little chain. I could really see that being trendy right now. I know that the kind of shearling faux fur bags are really quite trendy right now. So this is very interesting because it is very covered up. Of course, you do have the sheer paneling, which does make it a little bit more sensual. On the chest, I would say this beading is absolutely gorgeous. It reminds me kind of ripples of, you know, sand underwater, if that makes sense. I'll put like a little image. As well as on the bottom, you've got these very beautiful sort of flower designs as well that are creeping up and down the dress. Really beautiful. The use of the fur, I remember Game of Thrones was still running at the time that I saw this back in 2015, so I was like, that's really Game of Thrones. Look number 24, they kind of switch it up for the textile in this one. I don't believe that I saw a similar textile in the rest of the collection. What I think is beautiful about this is that it does have that kind of half moon halter at the top, which is so beautiful, and then that cuts down as well. Got a cute little skinny belt in the middle. That's a signature of Elie Saab. And then you have the textile all throughout. If you take a little closer look into these, A lot of the textile are these gold little camellia looking flowers, wildflowers, and I believe that these are all handmade in the atelier. On to the next, we've got a really great introduction to the jewel tones within this collection as well. So there's sort of the pastels, the jewel tones, and then at the very end of the collection we get really dark with the black satin and some florals as well, which I didn't like as much, but I think that they're definitely worth checking out. So this is a beautiful teal emerald sort of jewel tone. You see the return of the fur as well. It kind of looks like a winter princess. It's gorgeous. My
Describing skills are failing me.
Up next, we have a nice jumpsuit moment. Everybody who knows me in my personal life knows that I love a jumpsuit moment. So this is in a beautiful ruby red. What's great about this is it has a lot of different triangles within the style. So you've got a very skinny triangle with a deep V in the front, and then you've got other triangles along the arm where it forms the little capelet and the little slit for the capelet. Power move. I really love this jumpsuit, and I do like that he gives these very regal jumpsuit moments as well. Not all of them are entirely skirts. I could definitely see somebody wearing this on the red carpet. Up next is kind of a beautiful golden cream moment. So this also has the fox fur, not sleeves. I really need to find a better way to describe this. But this is absolutely gorgeous with the model's hair. He really knows how to play with the color balance with the models. This almost looks like it could be a bridal dress. And for those who don't know, usually the bridal gown or the bridal look closes up the runway for the day. So when I was looking through this, I was like, why is the bride in the middle? We've still got so many looks to go. However, I really could see somebody wearing this on their wedding day, and Elie Saab is very much known for his bridal gowns, as well as he got his start in bridal as well. So they're very coveted. They've been worn by queens and duchesses and royals all over the globe. I could definitely see somebody wearing. Up next is what I think is kind of the most interesting, most structural treatment of the sleeves within the collection. I kind of looked at it and thought about like Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z or something. It's not that I've watched Dragon Ball Z like through the entire thing, but I got that vibe. It's very sci-fi, sculpts over the arms as well. Very regal looking, as well as of course the gold detailing on the bottom. You know I can gush all day about that. And then for our last look of the collection, I found this to be super duper unique. I really wish that I saw these little ostrich feathers. They're like these single ostrich feathers with the very exaggerated tip. It's pretty much like all of the feathers have been shaved off except for the exact tip. And it's gorgeous. It's very whimsical. Of course, you've got the puff sleeve and empire waist combination again, which is awesome. You've got a furry little, what you can assume to be, you know, fox fur box-shaped bag. Gorgeous. I love the way that the feathers come off of the body. It's so ethereal. It's very playful as well. Now, I probably understand why they didn't do too many of these looks within the collection, because it is very time intensive with the individual feathers sticking out. It creates this sort of halo around the model as well. I would have loved to see this in one of the pastel colors, maybe the teal jewel tone, which is a personal favorite color of mine, but I can definitely understand why they didn't run with that for the entire collection, and they played it safe with this black color, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So this collection definitely is a classic for me. Of course, it holds that extra sentimental value because it was the first collection that I was exposed to. But when I think of Elie Saab, I think of this collection, and I feel like it truly does do him justice. So if you want to check out the entire fashion show, it is online. So give it a little gander. Hi party people, it's Sasha here in post-production. I forgot to film an outro, so here we go. This has been Sasha with Sasha on Style. Hope to catch you next time. Bye! If this looks a little bit familiar to you, it actually is kind of the same textile treatment as we see here in Blair Waldorf's wedding dress in XOXO.
Gossip Girl.
Oh, that was so cheesy. I need to film that again.